thank you so much for watching. My name is Savannah, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you've stopped by. Happy to have you here. And in today's video, we are getting a little bit into the Christmas spirit with a little bit of a festive build in Planet Zoo. So what we're building today is actually a candy shop, and it's just basically a shop front for just a memento facility store, and that way guests will actually go in there and use it. However, before I get started into chatting about the build itself, I wanted to take a second and chat with you about the channel. As I'm recording this now, we just hit 4,000 subscribers. If you follow me on other social media platforms, you might already know that I set a personal goal for myself to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And to be honest, I didn't really say much about it because I was afraid of not hitting it, and I didn't want to kind of put it out there that that's what I was aiming for and then not make it. However, you guys showed up, you smashed it, you crushed it. I cannot believe where we're at now at over 4,000 subscribers, and we've still got a whole week left to go in December. So that was really important to me that at the start of this video, I just wanted to thank you guys, because the amount of support that has been received for the videos and the content recently is just phenomenal, and I'm so appreciative, and it just makes me want to keep at it, keep pushing for you guys, and just make the content better and better each time. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so appreciative of it, and I'm still honestly surprised that people even like to see what I build or watch what I build or listen to me talk, to be honest. So yeah, you guys are the best, and that's really all there is to that. So anyway, getting into the build itself. So the build is inspired by those little Christmas villages that people will set up in their houses. Christmas is my absolute favorite time of the year. And I go all out decorating my house day after Thanksgiving. It's get the Christmas tree up, and I always get a real Christmas tree. I like the smell of the Christmas tree that it puts into your house, and all the lights go up, all the decorations come out. Despite the fact that I have a bunch of pets in my house that think of the decoration as toys, doesn't stop me from decorating my house basically floor to ceiling, because it's my favorite time of year. And then in specific, those little Christmas villages actually have a very special place in my heart, because my grandfather is somebody who has always dedicated basically an entire room to setting up a miniature village. The whole shebang, man. He gets everything out. He gets the train and all the houses, and he has an ice rink, and the people are the little animatronic people that, you know, skate on the ice rink and things like that. So it's something that every year I associate with Christmas, because as a kid I helped him set it up, you know, and got to help him decorate. And I have a few village pieces myself, some that have been given to me from him and some I've gotten on my own. I unfortunately don't have a whole extra room in my house to dedicate it to the Christmas village. Hopefully one day I will. But that's where the inspiration for this came from. This was actually a build that I built for Zoofluencer's Christmas contest. And the contest basically just said, build anything that makes you think of Christmas, or anything that you feel is Christmas-y. And when I sat down and thought about what I should build, that's what came to mind, because that's something that's super prominent in my memory and kind of always will be about Christmas. So I'm incredibly happy with how it came out. It's a little candy shop, like I said, and I just used a reference picture for like a candy type factory. And that's kind of the feel I wanted it to have, would be like, this is where they make the candy, and then you can go in there and buy some. Kind of like if you've ever walked down Main Street of Disneyland, they've got the little windows where people are making the candy and stuff that you can see, or the chocolate covered whatever it is, or the caramel apples, or that kind of thing. In the window, I ended up just putting some what are those called? Picnic tables and seating and things like that. I really didn't do a lot of interior on this one, because to be honest, interior is really not my forte. It's not my favorite. So you guys are able to kind of take this and decorate it however you'd like on the inside. But that's kind of the feeling that I was going for with this. And then speaking of that, this is actually on the workshop as of now. It's a zoo file, so you're gonna have to download it and go to your saved zoos in order to access it. And that's because it's well over 4,000 pieces. I think I showed a little bit at the beginning already. Yeah, the roof is started. The roof is completely custom. And it was a lot of pieces, to the point where it actually started to make my computer a little angry. I've not experienced that. If you're following River Rock Zoo does not make my computer angry, and it's got a lot of pieces in there, but the very large amount of pieces in a very small space started to piss my PC off a little bit. So anyway, I put it up on the workshop just so you guys could take a look around and see what you thought about it. But also because I know you guys enjoy getting to use the builds that you see me create. However, I did want to take just a quick minute to let you guys know I'm trying very hard to be better about putting things up on the workshop. However, putting things on the workshop is actually a bit time consuming, just in the sense of if it's not built completely out of buildable pieces, kind of like this is, if there's any sort of water or path or barrier or terrain or anything like that, it's really difficult to make it, at least for me, difficult to make it so somebody can just kind of paste it down and it'll work right off the bat in your zoo. So I am kind of picky and choosy with what I put on the workshop for that reason, because there's a lot of issue that, if you paste it down and it doesn't work, I'm not able to help you kind of figure it out, and I want you to be able to actually use the things that are on the workshop. So by uploading thing as a zoo file, you're able to take it and kind of tweak it, or, piece it out and put it back together in another zoo if you want, or build around it in that zoo file that you download. And I just think it's a lot more versatile. And then, to be honest, it is a lot easier for me. So I hope that's okay with you guys. My builds are always something that I want to be able to share, but I do want to do it in a way that they're going to be usable for you guys, and then not be like a frustrating thing if you do try to download them. On Steam, I do answer the comments every once in a while, but I'm not really active on there, to be honest. So if you need to get a hold of me for a question or anything like that on anything that I've uploaded, you can always reach out to me on Twitter, on Instagram, or on our Discord. Links are always in the description box below. In other exciting news, I've actually recently finished up my school semester, and I have big plans for the future of the channel. So to start, I've started putting together a little secret project with some other creators that I really hope you guys will enjoy. I can't really say much for now, to be honest, because we are still in the planning phases and getting it started, but I hope to bring something a little bit new to the Planet content that's on YouTube, as well as just kind of bring a whole bunch of content creators together. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll be announcing details very soon. In addition, if you take a look at the channel, you might also have noticed a little join button has appeared. Now, channel memberships are something that I opened a while before, but to be honest, I did some looking into it, figured out how they worked, but I didn't really put a lot of time and effort into thinking about what the perks would be. So the reason that little join button is there is because the channel memberships are now live again and are available for you if you'd like to support the channel just a little bit more. However, by no means, no expectations for joining the channel. Just being here, just watching, commenting, and liking the content is more than I can ask for, to be honest. So it's just there if you're interested in a way to support the channel a little bit more. So if you do decide to join up, there are some emojis that you'll be able to use in chats, but also in live streams. And yes, live streaming is something that I am super excited to be kind of working through, to be honest. I've got to learn how to do it first and foremost, because it's not something I've ever attempted, but it is something that I want to bring to the channel. I'd love to do live stream building videos, or live streams, I guess, let you guys chat and talk with you as I'm building, get your input, just make it a lot more personable, a lot more interactive. So it is something that I'm looking into. I actually got one of my Christmas presents just a little bit early, and I got a secondary monitor so that I'm able to have the game up and the recording software and the chat so that I can monitor that as we're going. So very excited about that. So keep your eyes peeled for a live stream schedule in the very near future, because I'm very excited to bring that to you. So all in all, I'm really excited about the future of the channel, and I hope you guys are too. Those are kind of all the updates I have on the channel for now, but of course, any feedback, suggestions, or comments, just go ahead and leave those down below, because I am all for hearing what you guys think. I want this content to be made for you. It's not necessarily made for me. So whatever you guys enjoy seeing, please do let me know. Anyway, to get back to the build just a little bit, this build was actually pretty time consuming. It took me maybe, I think it was like 5 hours in total, which actually is quite a bit of time because a lot of my other builds that are much bigger and more involved take like 5 or 6 hours a piece. And I think it's because all of this is really custom made. I tried really hard to take the pieces and create everything from scratch, aside from obviously using some of the Christmas decor that we got with the Arctic pack, because that just fits in so perfectly, of course, because it's Christmas. But getting things like the angle of this roof and the balcony and things like that was pretty difficult, trying to finagle and play with the pieces to get them to fit just right. Like I mentioned before, I was working off of a reference picture, and the reference picture actually had a curved little roof. So it was curved on like it is now, like you see in the video, but then also it didn't just slope straight up like a normal roof. It had a curve to it. And so that was something that was going to be pretty difficult to replicate with the pieces that I had. So that's kind of what I came up with. I also obviously wanted to use a lot of red and white and then green too, because of candy canes. You know, that's kind of what this shop is reminding me of, being a candy shop or like a candy cane shop, whatever you want to call it. Just something you might see in the North Pole or Santa's Village or something like that. Again, kind of Main Street, Disneyland kind of feeling of that Christmas village, like I mentioned before, is where I was trying to go with that. Now these windows, I was starting off by just making a facade, again, following the reference picture. However, I ended up making them actual windows so that you can see through. The idea behind that is that if you do download this, if you do try to build with it, you're able to put scenery inside and you can see it through the window. So it's an actual functioning window, which I really like how it turned out, but it did take me quite a while. I did go ahead and leave basically all of my struggles in this video. I think I've mentioned before in my videos, I do edit some of them out when they get a little bit too tedious, but I went ahead and left everything in here just because I wanted you guys to be able to see all the mistakes or you know, maybe not mistakes. Let's go Bob Ross fashion. The happy accidents that we had, and how I kind of figured out what I was gonna do and change things as I went and things like that. I actually get a lot of questions, especially recently, how do you make your videos look so smooth? Or how can you just like sit down and build straight through without changing anything? And to be honest, a lot of that is just movie magic. And when I sit down and edit, I go through and I edit out a lot that I know that I either tried it and didn't like it and stuff like that. A lot of the times it's for necessity, because then my videos would be over 40, 60 minutes long, things like that. And I like them to be about 30 minutes to 40 minutes long. But also some of it is, you know, if it didn't end up in the final build, then I want you guys to be able to see the things that are actually being built that end up in the final product. However, there is something to be said about leaving, you know, the certain struggles so that you guys can kind of see the creative process and things like that. So that's what I tried to do in this one, or this build in particular. Another part of that is actually I don't really ever sit down and finish builds in one sitting. So I mentioned like it takes me 5 to 6 hours on average to complete a build. That is not one sitting. Very rarely, I don't think ever, I've created something from start to finish in one sitting. That is mainly broken up into hour increments because I tend to get tired of what I'm building very quickly. Within about an hour, hour and a half or so, start to go cross-eyed and I've got to work on something else because I just kind of lose the creativity as I sit and stare at something for a while. I find that if I leave something and come back to it, I have far more success and build much quicker because I kind of think about the design, think about where it was going, think about what I want to change and what I want the end product to be, look at more reference pictures, use Google, use Pinterest, things like that. And then I come back and I'll end up altering things or just kind of continuing on the path that I was going down and have a much clearer vision of where I want it to go. So like I said, it does take me 5 to 6 hours or so to build the video, but that's not in one sitting. It's generally split up over 4 or 5, even 6 sessions worth to get something together. Now, my building process has kind of got me to a question I have for you guys, and that is, I've been thinking about making a couple quick tutorial videos, mostly about maybe building tips and tricks that I do personally. I know there's a couple out there on YouTube that are very wonderfully done. Obviously, Delay Designer has a couple that are beautifully done. I love her tutorials. And then Paulsley recently put all his back up on YouTube as well, and he has wonderful, very helpful tutorials as well. However, I was thinking of trying my hand at that and seeing what you guys think. So not necessarily that I want to recreate stuff that they've done, but if there's anything in particular you guys are struggling with that you think I would be able to help out with, go ahead and leave any suggestions in the comment below. I might put together a poll in the next couple days just to see if people have any additional feedback. But if there's anything you think that I can help with or answer questions about, let me know, because I would kind of be happy to give that a try. It would be something new for me. As I mentioned before, you know, I did finish my semester, and putting my all effort into YouTube to grow the channel and trying things new is something that I'm really excited about doing. So I'm completely open to trying new things and seeing how it goes and what we can do with that. My very last reminder for today is the fact that we still do have a Discord challenge contest. Yes, contest going on. I guess it's a challenging contest. Our creative conservation contest is still going on. The due date is January 8th, so it is coming up. If you guys have made it this far in the video and you are looking to join, you can join by our Discord. Link is down below. I would be so happy to have you guys join and submit a build for that. I will be putting together the top 10 entries from that contest into a video to be showcased on the channel. But like I said, the due date is January 8th, and so far we have a handful of entries so far. So if you're interested in that, all the rules and things can be found on the Discord, and I'd be happy to have you join. Other than that, guys, I'm sorry this is going to be a bit of a shorter video. I have been really kind of taking some time for myself recently. Again, like I said, I finished my semester and I actually finished my degree. So I'm done until I decide possibly to go for a master's. My undergrad degree did take me 8 years because I was a full-time employee the entire time I was in school. So I was really only going to school part-time. So it's been a long road for me to get this degree, but I'm super, super happy about it, and just kind of taking some time for me. So I'm really kind of going slow with the content and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, it's about 8 o'clock here, 8:07. And I'm gonna go get myself in bed, get a good night's sleep, and get like 12 hours of sleep tonight, which I think will be rad. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you so much. I cannot say it enough. Thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers, and I can't wait to see where the channel goes and how we grow from here. So thank you guys so much. If you want to connect on social medias, Twitter, Instagram, or Discord are all down in the links below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!